All right, take two. Coffee with the Heathen. We're doing arm rings this morning. My back's feeling better, but I'm still a little messed up, so I'm gonna try and do the best I can. I only got half my research done, so I don't have everything squared away, but read some sagas, enjoy yourself. It's fun stuff. Coffee. Uh, Oath rings. Oath rings. Um, they're arm rings, mostly worn by men. And they're usually given to somebody from a position of power, somebody that you would swear an oath of loyalty to, like an earl or a king. Um, and that it is traditional. Some kings were known as ring givers, and that meant that they shared a lot of stuff with their men. They split they showered or shared the wealth. There's the phrase I'm looking for. They shared the wealth. Um, Now, what I find interesting between oath rings is like in Scandinavia, Iceland, uh, their rituals for bloats and symbols are really straightforward and to the point. Yet their arm rings are really ornate, like this one. This portion is exactly like the archaeological finds in Iceland, Scandinavia, and Denmark. The heads are not nearly as ornate, but the ring itself is exactly like the finds in the burial mounds. And in Germany, where they're much more agrarian and have a much longer growing season, so their bloat and symbol rituals are uber ornate, almost like traditional Wicca. And they're all like, we don't need no stinking pretty arm rings. This is what they have. The country that has 27 ways to flush a toilet goes arm rings. Let's just bend a piece of metal. I find that interesting. But anyway, so that's the difference between the Icelandic and Scandinavian and the German arm rings. The one's more ornate, one's just literally a bent piece of metal. But honestly enough, this is the one that we use for rituals when we swear oaths. We do not swear a whole lot of oaths because we take those very seriously. Um, and then this is my German arm ring, since I practice more of a German form of heathenism. Coffee. Now, how can you swear oaths? Oaths are sworn on rings, but that is not the only way. Traditionally, that oaths were sworn. In a lot of the sagas, oaths were sworn on swords and even pigs. Um, 9 times out of 10, a pig was brought into the hall. People swore oaths on it, and then the pig was sacrificed to the ancestors or to the landvetter or the gods, and then everybody ate the pig. But in one saga, they have an oath pig, and its only job is to have oaths sworn on it. So they bring this pig in, everybody takes turns laying their hands on it and swearing oaths, and then the pig's marched back out, fed, watered, and it goes back to sleep and lives out its day until another round of oaths are sweared. You'll see some odd things like that, like 9 times out of 10, this will happen, and then that one time, oh, they also do this. So when we look at how do you wear your arm ring? Uh, Most archaeological finds, again, like 9 times out of 10, are all found with the male wearing the oath ring on the left arm. This one here. So if you want to be almost completely correct when you wear your oath ring, wear it on your left arm. It may have something to do with if you're right-handed or left-handed. Maybe most people were all right-handed, so they wore it on their left. I don't know, but you know. Uh, I will say in the Book of the Icelanders, there's an Icelandic law that the Gothi. Now, back it up a second. Gothi was not just always a religious leader in Iceland, Scandinavia. They were also officials of the law. They were like the court judges. They presided over the all thing. It didn't have to be a religious uh, thing. So in Icelandic laws, before the Gothi could oversee the all thing, he actually had to dip his arm ring in ox blood. Otherwise, he wasn't allowed to uh, to open the all thing and preside over all the cases. Find that interesting. And another one, uh, the ULFLJOTRS law. There is a thing about um, it's called a Staller ring. It's basically a ring that sits on the wooden altar inside all the primary temples, the big one. You'd think of it like the Vatican for the area, if you want to make it some kind of generically understandable thing. So the main temple has to have an arm ring sitting on the inside altar, usually made of wood, all the time, and it's there for swearing important oaths. Um, oh, and in that one, it states that when you do swear an oath, you have to mention Frere, Inyord, and the all the Aesir. So in case you want to swear oaths, that helps too. Um, Sorry, back's starting to bother me again. I'm trying to work it out. So what I want to understand is there are some very old pre-Christian ways that you can do your ring. If you're sacrificing an animal and want to dip your ring in blood before you preside over some local all thing that you guys do, or if you want to wear it on your left arm or your right arm, it depends on how historically correct you want to be. If you want to swear oaths on your arm ring, or you want to swear oaths on a sword, or you want to swear oaths on your pig, you've got plenty of ways to do things. We don't want to get too bogged down in this is the only way things were done, this is the way that they have to be done, this is that, and that is this. It's not an us against them, and if you're not with me, then you're not correct kind of thing. We have to remember that all these things would have evolved over the last 1,000, 1,200 years. So again, we don't know what we'll be doing today. We have no idea. We might all still be wearing arm rings. We might not. We might be wearing something else. We might have to have our noses pierced if we swore an oath to somebody. We don't know. The important thing here to take away from this situation is you can learn a lot from reading the sagas and archaeological finds from what you're looking for, from temples to arm rings to how people dressed to what they ate. Do a lot of research, read, watch videos, documentaries, archaeological documentaries on Germans and Scandinavians and Icelanders and all the Germanic people. If you want to be a knowledgeable heathen and see how things go, read good books. I've made a video on some basic books to read to start yourself out and stuff in the past. Go look that up. Just have a good time and make yourself as educated as possible. Thank you.